Mayor Cowan, may I call the meeting to order?
Yes, ma'am.
Pursuant to Chapter 551, Title 5 of the Texas Government Code of the Texas Open Meetings Act, notice is hereby given that the Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, in accordance with Article 5, Section 12 of the Charter of said city, will convene a regular meeting on January 7, 2025 at 5 p.m. at the City Commission Chambers that's located on the second floor of Brownsville City Hall, Old Federal Building, located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas, 78520. Pursuant to Section 551.127 of the Texas Government Code, one or more commissioners or employees may attend this meeting remotely using the video conference technology. Mayor, may I proceed with the roll call?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Mayor John Cowan Jr.,
Present.
Commissioner Tino Villarreal,
Present.
Commissioner Brian L. Martinez, Commissioner Roy De Los Santos,
Present.
Commissioner Rose Gowan,
Present.
Commissioner Linda Macias, Commissioner Pedro Cardenas,
Present.
and Commissioner Brian Martinez.
Present.
The invocation will be led by Pastor Brad Burks, and following, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance of the flags of the United States of America and the state of Texas.
Please stand for the prayer, and please remain standing afterwards for the pledge. But first of all, today is the 1-year anniversary of the passing of our friend and former Assistant City Manager, Elizabeth Walker. And so I'd just like to say a few words to say that I really appreciated the way she approached every task with joy and extreme competence. She showed extreme respect and honor to everyone she worked with, and it was a good example. And so let's pray. Father God, we start off tonight by thanking you for the life of Elizabeth Walker, and we ask you to continue to bless and comfort those that are missing her. Lord, help us to remember the good things and be blessed by those, and accept those examples that are good for us. Lord, I ask you to lead each of us into this new year with a fresh anointing to do what you have called us to do, both personally and publicly. And Lord, I ask you to, in this meeting specifically, to lead and guide our mayor, each of the city commissioners, and all of our department heads, and anyone who has anything to present, Lord. Help each of us to do everything to glorify you, to bless each other, and to do what's best for the city of Brownsville. In the name of Jesus Christ. And let's just take a short moment of silence where we can add our prayers to what has been spoken and in remembrance of Elizabeth Walker. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Proclamations. Recognizing Senator Morgan Lamantia for District 27 leadership and service.
Senator, if you'd like to come on up and join us here, and if you've got any members of your staff you'd like to include, feel free to invite them up as well. This is a proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, recognizing Senator Morgan Lamantia, District 27 leadership and service. Whereas Senator Morgan Lamantia has served the people of Senate District 27 with unwavering dedication, representing B, San Patricio, Kleberg, Kennedy, Willacy, Cameron, and portions of Nueces and Hidalgo counties as the first female senator of this district. And whereas Senator Lamantia earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Texas at Austin and her law degree from St. Mary's University School of Law, Senator Lamantia returned to the Rio Grande Valley, where she worked as an associate attorney at Atlas Hall and Rodriguez. And whereas she soon went to work in data analytics for her family business, L&F Distributors, where she currently serves as in-house counsel. And whereas her achievements at L&F include revamping the company's healthcare plan for over 1,200 employees and promptly resolving supply chain and safety equipment issues that resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas Senator Lamantia is an active member of our community, she has served on the boards of the Stars Scholarship Fund, the Gladys Porter Zoo, and the Museum of South Texas History. And whereas Senator Lamantia has diligently participated as a member of the distinguished Senate committees on Education, Health and Human Services, Nominations, State Affairs, Hurricane and Tropical Storm Preparedness, Recovery, and Electricity, special contributing to over 600 committee bills and advocating tirelessly for South Texas and the Coastal Bend. And whereas during her first legislative session, Senator Lamantia passed 31 bills into law, co-authored 99 bills, 54 of which became law, and maintained a perfect voting record of 100% across 4,002 votes on the Senate floor. And whereas her legislative successes encompassed a broad spectrum of critical issues, including education, healthcare, border security, flood insurance, rural economic development, criminal justice, and wildlife conservation. And whereas Senator Lamantia's collaborative approach with state agencies and across party lines exemplifies her commitment to good faith governance and the well-being of all Texans. And whereas she has secured significant funding for Senate District 27, including $15 million for the Iwo Jima Monument and Museum, $12 million for the UTRGV School of Pediatric Medicine, $5 million for a Weslaco Airport hangar expansion, and $4.5 million for parks in the Rio Grande Valley. And whereas her leadership and achievements have set a high standard for public service, earning her recognition for her integrity, diligence, and dedication, now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, by the authority vested in us by the Charter, and on behalf of all our citizens, hereby commend Senator Morgan Lamantia for her exemplary service and outstanding accomplishments in the 88th legislative session. Be it further resolved that this proclamation serves as a token of our appreciation for her unwavering efforts to improve the lives of Texans and her commitment to the future of Senate District 27. Done this 7th day of January, 2025, signed Mayor John Cowan, the City Commission.
I'll keep it brief, but I just want to say thank you so much for this amazing proclamation. And as Commissioner De Los Santos was reading it and reading all of the amazing accomplishments we had during the 88th session, it just reminded me how much was not done alone. And we were so successful because of community leaders like we have here in the city of Brownsville. Each one of y'all played a huge part in making us successful during the 88th session. The amount of communication, the amount of support that we had from you guys. I mean, the leadership that we have here in Brownsville is amazing and really sets a standard for so many other cities and areas. And it's because of the passion, the hard work, and the commitment that each of y'all give to our community and to our elected leaders up in Austin and in DC. So I just want to thank you so much for your hard work, for all of your help and support in making sure that Senate District 27 as a whole was successful, because we couldn't have done it without you, couldn't have done it without the team, and could not have done it without everyone's help here in Brownsville. So thank you so much. I know you guys have a lot more work to do. Know that I will always be here as a resource, as a helping hand, and as a friend. Reach out anytime. Thank you again.
The next proclamation is recognizing the Healthier Texas and RGV Challenge 2025.
You guys want to come up? It's my great privilege to offer this proclamation. Whereas proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas recognizes and supports the Challenge RGV 2025. Whereas the City of Brownsville and UT Health School of Public Health, Brownsville Regional Campus, in their ongoing commitment to the health and well-being of citizens, recognize the importance of collaborative efforts in addressing public health challenges and are excited to bring the community the Challenge RGV 2025. And whereas the Challenge RGV 2025 is a healthy weight loss and lifestyle change initiative, this year marks the 16th season of the Challenge RGV in Cameron County. And whereas the Challenge RGV 2025 represents a unique opportunity for community engagement, health promotion, and innovative approaches to public health, and whereas it is dedicated to providing individuals with essential tools and opportunities to foster sustainable, healthy lifestyle changes, and when appropriate, to facilitate weight loss. And whereas over the course of 3 months, participants will have free access to gyms, exercise classes, health screenings, cooking classes, and outdoor fitness opportunities. In addition, participants will also be able to choose to receive weekly motivational text messages and access web-based support. And whereas we recognize the importance of this partnership in fostering a healthier community and setting to a precedent for effective public health collaboration, we pledge our resources and support towards the success of the Challenge RGV 2025 for a healthier Brownsville. And now, therefore, we, the members of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, by the virtue of the authority vested in the charter of said city, do hereby recognize and support the RGV Challenge 2025 to actively participate to build a healthier state and healthier communities. Before I read the last part, I want to say that today I was on a conference call with a community advisory group from MD Anderson. And one of the things that was discussed was the need for prevention around the state. My comments led to the local participants. It's one thing to advocate at the national and the state level for preventative resources as well as policy, but it's far another thing to advocate at the local level. And these people in front of us and many of their teammates have proven over more than a decade that meaningful policy change and programming can happen at a local level without needing to go through the state or national fields. So I'm very proud of all of them. I'm very proud to be a part of them. Done on this 7th day of January 2025, signed the mayor and the city commissioner.
Mayor, Commissioners, thank you so much for the recognition, and I won't take very long because I want to let Ricardo speak as well, but this is the 16th year of the challenge, and, you know, I think beyond just the health impact that we all know is important, we've watched small businesses grow out of this challenge. We've watched gyms and fitness and even some small restaurants come out of it. And I think it's just the community spirit and the coming together for something positive. And it's open to everyone. And we see people, diverse people from all walks of life celebrating health. And so it's not just about the weight loss. It's really about being healthy together and supporting each other. So thank you so much for your support, for the support of the Public Health and Wellness and Animal Services Department. And of course, Dr. Gowan and the great team here that's with me from the UT Health School of Public Health, Amanda, Jocelyn, and Jessica. So I'll pass it over to Ricky from Healthy Texas. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'll keep it brief. I work with Healthier Texas, and we're a statewide nonprofit. We partner with organizations like UT Health and Tu Salud Si Cuenta. And I just want to say, you know, initiatives like the statewide community challenge do not work without the support of the community leaders and as well as organizations, boots on the grounds like Tu Salud Si Cuenta and the UT Health School of Public Health. So thank you for supporting public health in the communities and across the state. It's initiatives like this that show the rest of the state and the rest of the nation that we do want healthier communities. We do want walkable communities, safer communities, and I thank you for supporting that.
Public comment period. Pursuant to Section 2-26, meetings and agendas, F states the public input during the meeting, subsection conduct. A, that conversations between or among audience members should be conducted outside the meeting room. Attendees should refrain from conversations while commission is in session. B, cell phones, that attendees must refrain from the operation and use of cellular telephones, pagers, etc., or any mechanical devices that may disrupt city commission proceedings. C, placards, banners, or signs are not be permitted in the commission chambers or in any other room in which the city commission conducts a meeting. Included in this prohibition are various hats, caps, and visors and T-shirts, which may represent the sentiment as alluded to regarding placards, banners, and/or signs. D, exhibits and displays and visual aids used in connection with the presentation to the city commission are permitted. E, only city commission members and city staff may approach the dais. If report, letter, etc. is to be presented to the commission, it should be given to the city secretary or staff who will make the distribution. It is preferable that the item be given to the city secretary prior to the meeting time. A copy of the item should be made available for the city secretary's official record. F, all comments shall be made to the mayor and city commission as a whole and not to individual commission members. Speakers are requested to limit their comments to 3 minutes. The first one we have is Rodrigo Quintero.
Good evening. Please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodrigo Quintero. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Rodrigo Quintero, and I'm the proud owner of Double Trouble. I've been working in the industry for 16 years, and Double Trouble will be celebrating its 7th anniversary this coming May. Since opening, Double Trouble has become more than just a business. It's been a platform to provide unique resources and experiences for the community I grew up in. Everything we do is self-funded through the bar. What sets us apart is that these events are always free to attend. They've been instrumental to bring people to our downtown area, introducing activities that are fresh and exciting and giving life to a part of the city that typically sees traffic only during child days. Unfortunately, since being unable to host outdoor events, we've seen significant decline in foot traffic. While we've continued hosting events indoors, the impact isn't the same. The outdoor events brought a unique energy to the city and provided opportunities for local talent, vendors, and small businesses to thrive. To give you some background, before I invested in my location, street closures with live music were already happening. Once I opened, we started small with indoor events, gradually growing to host events on the patio and in the alley. When guests began spilling into the nearby church parking lot, we moved to hosting on the street, which we were permitted to use. Over time, we built our own stages, brought in larger stage setups with LED screens, and began reaching out to record labels to bring in bigger artists and audiences. All of this was done to highlight local talent, provide free entertainment, and bring exposure to our downtown area, all funded by Double Trouble. I was told by City Manager Helen Ramirez that while my contributions were appreciated, I would no longer be allowed to host my own street events. Instead, I could collaborate with the city for events across various locations, a solution that doesn't align with my goals of investing in and bringing traffic directly to my business. Since then, even the vendors who helped us build this community have been filtered out of city-led events. We've worked hard to create partnerships, and we've gained enough recognition to secure sponsorships for future events. We have interest from well-known brands willing to sponsor our events, further increasing their impact and providing more resources to make events even better for the community. Today, I'm respectfully asking the opportunity to bring back 3 street closures dates per year. These dates will allow us to continue our mission of revitalizing downtown, supporting the community, and providing unique, free entertainment that benefit everyone. Thank you for your time and consideration.
The next speaker we have is Marcy Lavelle.
Her comment said she did not wish to address the commission.
The next speaker, Yolanda Spees.
Good afternoon. My name is Yolanda Spees. I appreciate the opportunity to speak once again and continue the conversation about improving public safety and ensuring that all residents in Brownsville feel safe, heard, and protected. We rely on our police department to enforce the laws, and that keep our streets safe, whether it's during the day or at night, but especially at night. Safety doesn't have a schedule, and neither should law enforcement. Yet concerns have been raised about certain laws not being addressed consistently, specifically the issue of poor police procedure and speeding during nighttime hours. This is not a minor concern. It's a matter of public safety. Speeding poses a real danger to families, residents, visitors, and addressing it requires consistent patrols and enforcement. When patrols are not being prioritized or even done for that matter, I ask this commission to consider why that is and how we can work toward a solution, because preventing harm is just as important as responding to it. And a visible police presence can make all the difference in the world. Beyond enforcement, trust between residents and law enforcement depends on their professionalism and consideration and respect during every single interaction. And I've had some really bad ones. Simple gestures like providing a business card when asked or engaging with residents politely and professionally are small steps to leave a lasting impact. These actions build confidence in the system and help restore trust in the role of law enforcement in our community. I don't want to assign blame. I want to identify areas where we can do better and finding ways to ensure the police department can fulfill its duty to serve the community fully, fairly, and professionally. Brownsville deserves consistent law enforcement, professionalism, and responsiveness, not just on paper, but in application. I petition this commission to take these concerns seriously and explore solutions that prioritize both public safety and the trust of residents. When we work together, when we listen and act, and you all respond, we create a city where people feel safer, respected, confident that their concerns matter and that they are taken into consideration seriously. Thank you for your time.
City Manager's update. Mayor Cowan, I'm appointed by the United States Conference of Mayors to serve as Vice Chair for the Board of Policy of the Criminal and Social Justice Standing Committee.
We want to recognize the mayor for being approached by the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I know you're very active, and that's good on a national level because of the way we've handled the Brownsville model migrant influx. We've been asked to serve and really participate, right, and influence that that national approach. So congratulations. I just wanted to make sure that our community knows that we will be present and the mayor will be representing the city in that sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Helen.
The consent agenda items, please be advised that item number 4 has been requested to be pulled from the agenda.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion to approve
Second.
the consent agenda, except for item 4. Do we have a second? You have a second? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Public hearings. Public hearing and action on the first reading on ordinance number 2024-1762 to amend the Chapter 2 Administrative Article 1 in general to designate the city secretary and the city attorney for service, a process for lawsuits, and to adopt a process for claims for damages.
Good evening, Mayor and City Commissioners. This particular ordinance, you can go to the next slide. Essentially, currently the ones who can be served include the mayor, city manager, city secretary, city attorney, and sometimes the risk manager will also receive notice as well. And these individuals can be served. Go ahead and scroll through. And essentially, as you see here, mayor may get served and then he'll give it over to the risk manager, city manager gets served, and it goes on and on and on. And so it's a process that's very chaotic. We have a lot of redundancy in this process, and it's right for us to drop the ball on a lawsuit, right? And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to streamline it to where we have one individual that receives it. This is what a lot of cities do. One individual receives it, and then that individual is responsible for getting it on to us, to the city attorney's office or risk management. And so essentially, it is a streamlined process where if the individuals want to sue the city or make a claim, they can quickly do it. They don't have to send it to everybody in the city. And we've had instances where they've gone to a mayor's house in the past, prior mayor, not you. Yeah, prior mayor. They went to his house. The city manager had someone come up to her car window. And so it's not a very, lawsuits are not friendly in general, but the service, the process doesn't have to be so combative. And so this will serve as having the city secretaries serve as the main source for filing lawsuits and as well as claims. When the city secretary or her staff are not available, it will be the city attorney. And then we will then do the steps to notify the risk pool. And of course, if risk pool is not, provides coverage, then we'll respond on behalf of the city. Next slide. What this also adds is currently the city manager already has authority to enter into certain contracts or leases that are below 50,000. Anything above 50,000 comes to the city commission. It has been practiced for the city manager to also consider settlement claims that are below 50, but there has been no actual written policies, just an interpretation of prior ordinances or resolutions on the expenditure component, right? So this will codify that the city manager can enter into settlements, because those are timely. You usually want to settle right away if it's reasonable, of course. And that'll be codified in our ordinance that we can do that without having to come to city commission. Any claims over 50,000, of course, like with contracts, would have to come to city commission. And we make it very clear that the city attorney, city secretary, and risk management cannot bind the city. The only ones that can bind the city are the city commission. And so we recommend approval of this ordinance so we can clean up our system. And it is a public hearing.
Any questions or comments from the commission?
No, I like this initiative. I appreciate better practices and systems in place. And I think that this definitely, as you mentioned previously, in scrutinizing and dropping the ball for any other lawsuits, it's for the benefit. So I'm all for it. And those are my comments.
This is a public hearing. If there's anyone here that wishes to address the commission on this item, please step forward.
I'll move to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close public hearing. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Move to approve?
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you.
Public hearing item number 2 is the public hearing in action on the first reading on ordinance number 235-2024-035-S. Request a specific use permit in a commercial corridor CC zoning designation to allow an event center for 5,453 square feet at a 5.3200 acres. John R. Palmer Jr. Track Survey 551, Share 22, Espiritu Santo Grant, Cameron County, Texas, located at 1425 Ruben Torres Boulevard, Brownsville, Texas, 78526, as shown in Exhibit A, District 3.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This request is for a specific use permit for the proposed use of an event center. This property is currently zoned a commercial corridor, and the property is fronting Ruben Torres Boulevard. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 5 mailouts and 0 written opposition. And this is a zoning map. What predominates in the area is commercial corridor. There's residential single family to the south, residential estates to the northeast, and residential transition to the north. This is a satellite view of the property, and as mentioned, this is within an existing commercial plaza, which will be using one of the suites for the use of an event center. And this is the proposed layout of the event center, and P&Z did recommend the approval to grant a specific use permit. And if approved, we just want to emphasize it would be subject to sound mitigation regulations for protection of any adjacent residential uses. So the sound mitigation regulation would be to install any mitigating measures to lower the decibel output to 60 decibels measured at the property line. Any questions?
Any questions or comments from the commission? All right, this is a public hearing. If there's anyone here that wishes to address the commission on this item, please step forward.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close public hearing. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
I'll motion to approve.
Yeah, we have
Second.
we have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
And Mayor, for the record, I'm going to abstain on this vote.
This next one?
This one,
On
the one we just took,
The one we just voted.
Oh, this,
the one we just took. Yeah, I'm abstaining.
Thank you.
An abstention on item 2. The public hearing number 3, I'm a public hearing in action on first reading on ordinance number 235-2024-036S to rezone from light industrial LI to heavy industrial HI with a specific use permit to allow an area of a separation plant with the maximum structural elevation of 200 feet for a tract of land comprised of all of Lot 6, Block 1, in the north of Brownsville, the industrial park subdivision, and 8.95 acres being all of Tract 4, Parcel 2, Tract 38 of the Paredes partition of Share 19, the Espiritu Santo Grant, Cameron County, Texas, located at 7225 Industrial Circle, Brownsville, Texas, 78526, as shown in Exhibit A, District 3.
As mentioned, this use is for in their separation plant. They are requesting a deviation from the code, which limits a structural height of 54 feet. They are proposing 200 feet for this particular use. The current zoning of the property is light industrial. However, for this type of business or operations, they require heavy industrial zoning. Along with the rezoning, they also require the specific use permit to deviate from the height limitation. So because they're going to be deviating, they have to apply for a specific use permit, and we're memorializing it through an ordinance. Now, however, because there is a residential zoning district adjacent to the property, and we can see this in the zoning map, along that side of the development, they will be required to put, for protection, a masonry wall, additional vegetative buffers, and at the pre-development meeting that we had with them, they were complying with these parameters. They also are required to have a buffer separation of at least 40 feet because of the residential adjacency requirement, which, again, they were complying with. The structure that they're proposing is significantly separated from the property line that is being shared with this particular district. And this is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 8 mailouts and 0 written opposition. Again, this is a zoning map. What predominates in the area is light industrial. There's some high industrial to the west, commercial corridor to the far west, and some residential single family to the east. And this is just another aerial view depicting where this facility will be located. And this is just showing an overall distribution of the facility. And this is just a render. And so PMZ did recommend the approval to rezone from light industrial to heavy industrial with the specific use permit to allow the deviation of the height limitation. So basically, they will be allowed to have a maximum structural height of 200 feet. And so there will also be, as mentioned in a generalized fashion, compliance with buffer requirements as identified by the UDC during the site plan review. Any questions?
Martin, I want to make sure, and council, feel free to weigh in on this. The way this is going down is this will be limited specifically to this function, correct?
Correct.
Because I don't want to leave open a door for heavy industrial so that somebody could do something different.
Yes,
I just want to make sure.
Yes, because it's a specific use permit. It's basically limiting to that specific use.
Perfect. Thank you.
Correct.
Is this company elsewhere in other counties, states, countries?
They exist at national level. I believe they already exist in Texas. I think the applicant is here to perhaps answer questions. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kyle McGregor. I'm with Lindy. I'm a project manager. So we are a multinational company. We're the largest air separation company in the world. We operate basically in almost every state, every country over the world. Right now in Texas, we already have 18 plants. This will be the next addition. Any additional questions?
I have one question. In terms of emissions.
So yeah, I can elaborate on that. So our process is we take air and we distill it. So we'll vent back to the atmosphere, but what we vent back is what we took out of the air. So it's a clean process. There's no emissions. We take air. If, we vent when we cool down, or, if we have to vent it back to the atmosphere, it's vented safely and it's just air again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, comments? This is a public hearing. If there's anyone here that wishes to address the commission on this item, please step forward.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Celeste Rodriguez. I'm the Director of Industrial Park Development with the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. Basically, we're supporting this rezoning just because it aligns with the proposed use that is already on the North Brownsville Industrial Park. This pretty much adds another 9 acres into the industrial civic circle or North Industrial Park. With this project, we're looking almost on 19 acres for possible a two phases project. This pretty much aligns with, we're working with bringing economic development to the city. Not sure if you have any other questions on regarding with the project. Has been.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to close public hearing. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Public hearing number 4 is a public hearing in action on first reading on ordinance number 235-2024-037 to rezone from light industrial to the regional center RC to allow retail center for 5.28 acres out of Lot 2, Block 213, and Lot 3, Block 214, El Jardín, a re-subdivision, Cameron County, Texas, located at 7004 FM 511, Brownsville, Texas, 78526, as shown in Exhibit A, District 2.
For this particular situation, instead of upzoning, they're downzoning from a light industrial district to a regional center district. The proposed use will be a retail center, and this property is fronting FM 511, close to the port. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 6 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This is a zoning map, and as you can see, what predominates in the area is light industrial. To the north, there's extraterritorial jurisdiction, and to the southeast, there's commercial corridor. And again, as mentioned, this property will actually be downzoned to accommodate the commercial plaza that's being proposed. This is a satellite view of the property, and as you can see, it's close to the port, next to the intersection of Alton, Glore, and Highway 48. And PNZ does recommend the approval to rezone from light industrial to regional center. Any questions?
Any questions or comments from the commission?
None.
All right, this is the public hearing. If there's anyone here that wishes to address the commission on this item, please step forward.
Move to close public hearing.
We
Second.
have a motion and a second to close public hearing. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Martin.
Board appointments, action item 1 is the consideration and action on resolution number 2024-105A to appoint or reappoint members to the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, BCIC Board of Directors.
Good evening. I'm here for 2 appointments for our BCIC board. I believe the appointments are Commissioner Villarreal's and Commissioner Martinez's turn.
I move to appoint Dr. Rose Gowan to the BCIC board to serve out a full term.
All second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Move to appoint Eva Garcia.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corey.
Action item number 2 is the consideration and action on resolution 2024-115 to appoint or reappoint members to the Animal Regulation and Care Advisory Committee.
Honorable Mayor and Commissioners, we have 2 vacancies. One is under the mayor's purview, and the second one is under Commissioner Mr. Villarreal's purview.
So I'll move to appoint Lorena Jensen.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
I move to approve Stephanie Covarrubias.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you.
Action item 3 is the consideration and action on resolution number 2025-005 to appoint or reappoint members to the Border Film Commission.
Good evening, Daphne Maldonado with the Brownsville Border Film Commission. We are here requesting for the appointment of one member, and this appointment belongs to the mayor.
I'll appoint Bobby Torres.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you.
Mayor, may we proceed to executive session?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Executive session, item number 1 is closed session pursuant to the Texas Government Code, section 551.074, a personnel deliberation related to the annual performance evaluation for the city manager, Helen Ramirez, as allowed under the existing city manager's agreement. Executive session number 2, closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code, section 551.071, the consultation with attorney, and 551.072, the real property deliberation related to 163-24-PKS-RFP in the city of Brownsville Parks Master Plan. Executive session number 3, closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code, section 551.071, the consultation with attorney, and 551.087, the economic development deliberation related to Project Refresh. Executive session number 4, closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code, section 551.071, consultation with attorney related to legal collaboration with PUB. The city commission will convene into executive session at 5:47 PM. Mayor, may we reconvene into executive session from executive session? It is 7:41.
Yes, ma'am.
Any possible action on any item as discussed in executive session?
Mayor, on item 1, I'd like to make a motion to proceed as discussed in executive session.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
On item 2, I'll make a motion to award the contract for the City of Brownsville Parks Master Plan to Stantec Consulting Services Incorporated, with the final agreement to be subject to the approval of the city manager and city attorney's office.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
And on the last item related to PUB, I'll make a motion to proceed as discussed in executive session.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
And adjournment, we are adjourned at 7:43.
Thank you so much. There you go. Motion. Congrats again. Super speed. Cool.